Mr. Mehul, thank you for joining. Would you like to introduce yourself for the ones that don't know you?
Sure. Thank you for having me over, Ezekiel. I'm Mehul Shah. I am Modernization and Growth Director here at CTIS. We are a health informatics company.
So tell us a little bit about the customers that you support. I know one of the big one is a very important one, NIH, NCI. What are you guys doing there, and for how long?
Absolutely. CTIS have been serving at NIH for over 30 years now.
Yes.
We bring in, yes, over 30 years. Yeah.
Wow.
We bring and provide a lot of health informatics domain subject matter expertise. Of course, with that, it is health IT related capabilities. While we have been supporting 30 years with our federal clients as a trusted partner, it also allowed us to kind of mature and grow into other critical areas, such as security, anything cloud migration, cloud security, cost containment, as well as zero trust security. That's where we have developed our core capabilities. In addition, we also support heavy in terms of application modernization, cloud computing. That also brings in the aspect and factor. For last, I would say 3+ years, we have invested heavily in terms of not only modernize the IT, but also improve on the business processes and the workflows. So that also enabled us to use cutting edge technologies with also AI and ML, where we can improve the overall process, automate, as well as provide some AI ML based predictions, etc. And lastly, of course, data analysis and management.
Yeah, I was about to ask you. Tell me about the 30 years. I'm BD, so I guess I'll have to ask you: is that the same requirements or different requirements that are morphing and changing, or is more or less?
Yeah, so request you to assume like a trident. Okay, three tiers. One is absolutely 30 years at HHS NIH, not only the same requirements, but constantly improving, modernizing, make it more lean, efficient, state of the art technology, and ensuring that each year we are able to add more value. So that gives you a proof point in terms of our efficiency. We are able to do more with less. Now, in terms of where we have been supporting all the stakeholders as partners, it's at NCI, it's at NIAID, at NHLBI. We also supported some at CMS, several healthcare partners. However, the value that we bring, we have also supported work with several pharmas, hospitals, and academias. So we understand the end-to-end health IT and supply chain and the overall landscape much more effectively from the payer, hospital, patient side, as well as on the research side, and then bringing in the clinical expertise, subject matter expertise too.
So what's going on with this administration? What are the changes that you see this administration versus the previous administration that impact your work? Is there is continuity there? What are the difference you think?
So there definitely has been some impact from this administration, where one of the key focus on this administration is for consolidation, centralization, which was the core underlying as well. As we move forward, we did kind of look at where we can automate, where we can be more lean and efficient. So, but that was initially for a certain office or a certain agency. Now, this administration is trying to find a common thread across all the agencies. That's where the intersection as well as the bifurcation, supporting some of the unique aspects and workflow is critical. So we have been talking to several of the offices and agencies. They have shared certain interest and they have certain priorities where they want to start. Now, there are competing. One side, there is heavy leverage, usage, and adoption for AI/ML capabilities. On the other side, there is heavy emphasis from the administration on centralization and consolidation. We are also trying to see how we can bring that together. There is a clear overlap, marry that so that it can serve multiple offices together and with the supporting the same priority and the cause as well.
So what you're saying is at the same time that the priority seems to be consolidation, which for me means saving money, right?
Yeah.
And then AI/ML, which is a technology that allows a lot of things. So what you're saying is you're trying to do these two things. You're trying to combine these two things. Let's consolidate using AI/ML. So I guess what you're saying is they're trying to consolidate. They're moving. I guess what you're saying is they're moving towards consolidation. At the same time, they're promoting AI/ML as we should, of course. And you're saying that you need to combine both consolidation with AI/ML.
So, great question. So, let's assume an inverted pyramid. Okay. So, we want to start slow, small, and then grow to all these centers and institutes. So, what is on the first priority is the HR processes consolidation. Then second is the financial management, where all the money that has been dispersed based on to either grantees or certain projects that can be consolidated. Once we have proven some successes, then it will allow us to also look into centralization and consolidation for some other enterprise level systems as well.
Okay.
But that's the start, and we see some sort of roadmap towards that.
Are you talking about, you said HR, so what's the other one you say? HR and financial. So HR and financial is being done at the institute level at NIH, and then you're trying to consolidate between institutes. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so that's the we are not doing it yet, but that's the priority right now. So HR onboarding, offboarding, some management, all that is happening at several institute and center level. So
Got
that is one of the first priority. How can we centralize that overall HR systems? From that, another common services will be the financial systems that can also support all various institutes. So those are the two use cases as we understand are prioritized that will allow to create a platform and a roadmap for future system and enterprise applications consolidation.
Mehul, what are the upcoming areas that are going to be a priority for this administration, in particular in the health IT world, that are going to be priorities to consolidate or centralize? What other areas? What are the upcoming areas?
Absolutely. I mean, with this administration, there are several priorities. They want to make sure they are able to support, improve at ground zero, at the same time, improve at overall agency level. What I mean by ground zero is the current administration has put in tremendous effort and funding towards improving rural health as well. So, when we say rural health, it impacts CMS, where they have to improve, change, modify policies to improve care and access. It also impacts FDA, it impacts NIH, where they want to look at what are some of the key data and key research or disease areas they should target. So it overlaps several of these agencies to have a collaborated, consolidated, and concerted effort together. While it's at ground zero, other areas we envision and see is AI and ML maturity and adoption. There is a huge push in terms of improving and leveraging AI ML on several of the workflows while ensuring there is enough security and governance.
Gotcha.
While we are doing that, that also impacts not only health but defense health, those VA, those areas as well. And then lastly, as we talked about some of the overall agency level consolidation that will eventually help create that roadmap.
What is CTI's strategy for growth? I'm BD, so I have to ask that. That is my world. Strategy for growth in terms of a target, target agencies, agencies you're having conversations with. What is the strategy, and what are the some of the challenges maybe that you're going through with those projects or actions?
Absolutely. And CTIS is positioned extremely well in this specific market area and administration. While we were initially focused on certain area health IT that allowed us to grow and mature on several other capabilities. But with this, it puts us on a map to support on several agencies. So the top priorities, I would say, of course, NIH, we have FDA, we have CMS, and then gradually we want to see where we can support on either on the VA side, DHA, etc., as it requires to know the overall dependency and the landscape where we are best positioned right now.
So a little bit of a movement towards DoD, maybe, right? Have you seen funding problems and problems in FDA, CMS, NIH? Is that going back to normal? How do you feel about it?
Now, I don't think anything would be normal as what it was. We have heard some challenges, some of the staff where there is a lot of gaps currently, as we see. So we have seen delays. We have seen some bridge contracts. So that's where some several other agencies are now collaborating to help on some of the prioritized work that needs to be out there. So yes, I would say there are some delays, and it will take its right course of action to kind of mitigate that.
Well, look, thank you, Mehul, for joining. Happy Friday.